It's that time of year again where people start getting cozy, rugged up in scarves, coats, and beanies as you clutch your hot chocolate in your mitten-clad hands. The cold, frigid air whips by you as you make it to the front door and enter your festively decorated home, fireplace roaring. Well, maybe for some of you, that's definitely not our reality here in Australia, as we have heat waves and temperature rising to 35, 40 degrees in some parts. And for the Americans, that's Celsius, not Fahrenheit. So as it's getting closer to Christmas, I thought I should begrudgingly get the Christmas tree out and try make our home ready for the festive season, which when you're in the middle of reorganizing and redesigning your entire home, it definitely took a bit of mental capacity to decide to decorate. It just feels like you're trying to decorate around the mess and the power tools. But once the feeling of dread of just the thought of putting the tree up dissipated somewhat, I decided to do a bit of a deep clean of the area so that it was fresh and exciting again. So giving it a good mop, moving some furniture around, and cleaning the window to really show off this nook in our home. One thing that isn't so fun doing this, well, apart from the cleaning, is getting up close to the parts of your house that you don't normally pay much attention to and noticing there are repairs or work that has to be done, which thankfully they weren't big jobs, but they do end up piling up on a list that feels like it's never ending. Anyone that has gone or going through similar phases like I talked about in my last video would know that sometimes trying to decorate your space for a season like Christmas ends up being such a big mental task because of all those unveiled tasks that pop up just when you're trying to get one thing done, which really sucks and can end up feeling like a downer when you're just trying to make your home cozy and festive. But even though I had so many to-dos on my list, I am so glad I took the time to decorate. Because just by hunkering down and just doing it, I really feel like our home has become so much more cozy and has made us so much more excited for Christmas, even though we aren't getting each other presents and are sweating our butts off when the air conditioning isn't on. The power that decorating has on your mood and mindset, especially this time of year, is incredible. And I always realize a little too late. By the time I blink and somehow it's December, I haven't thought of presents and the trees and the garage still. It really does feel like a chore. But I need to remind myself for next year to start decorating sooner because it really is such a powerful visual indicator of that special feeling we got as kids. Roaming the decked out shopping centres with decorations, the houses that would put up tremendous efforts into installing lights. I know sometimes this time of year isn't the most exciting or sometimes positive for some people, but hopefully you can find inspiration if you'd like to decorate your space and make it a time of year that you can be happy and find meaning. A question I'd like to ask you lovelies too is it just me, or is this time of year not feeling very magical as the years go on? I'd really like to see if it's just me, or maybe people in different parts of the country or world might experience the same thing. But as the years go on and I continue to get older, it feels less and less like there is a shift into the Christmas season or festive season. Is it just the bitterness of getting older, the weight of trying to be a young adult in this economy, that it's just too freaking hot and all the movies that show Christmas show it as this winter wonderland? Maybe all of the above. But I feel like that this is even more exacerbated by the fact that there is a lack of any effort or decoration being shown by our capitalist overlords, aka the shopping centres. I remember being a kid and the shopping centres, even in my small town, would have amazing, huge Christmas decorations that were so full of whimsy and awe. There was a giant Christmas tree that you could walk into where they were moving puppets with Christmas scenes. In my state's capital city, there would be annual window displays with new and fun Christmas scenes that would be a great and magical outing into a big city. These magical and whimsical displays that even when it was sweltering outside and your sweat was cascading down your face, you would walk into these Christmas displays and you'd feel like Christmas is near, and it's that time of year you would look forward to. But as an adult, the displays were retired and no longer used, maybe too old or too tattered for the Christmas crowds. And you know what the majestic displays were replaced with? Well, nothing. Nothing that gave the same magic or would even be worth the pause as you walked past. And that is the reality at the moment. What was once a huge Christmas tree with moving displays is just a normal Christmas tree with Santa sitting next to a stage. The whimsy that we were so lucky to have as kids is almost gone as adults. So the kids of today have such depressing Christmas displays. It's like the shopping centres know you have to go there anyway to buy presents. So any sort of magic and whimsy that they used to inject into their locations is just replaced with boring and lazy. But if you travel to Seoul, where I was this time last year, they make huge villages within shopping centres and make it a destination to get into the feel and mood of that time of year. I haven't seen anything close to that level of Christmas decoration as I have experienced as a kid, or what I've seen in countries that actually don't have Christmas dedicated as a national holiday. Which is why I feel like I need to do this for myself and our little family. Just because outside our home it's lackluster at the shops or there isn't much Christmas magic in the air, I wanted to keep that magic alive for ourselves in our own home. I really admire the people that put up their Christmas lights and decorations outside their house every year for others to enjoy. They are the real Santas. Even when the world seems bleaker, more bland, and less exciting, those individuals make this time of year something for kids that gets the sense of whimsy and awe that we once experienced as children. We as adults now have to be the ones that aren't burdened by the busyness of the world to create that magic for the young'uns. We don't need to spend months decorating outside our houses, but in whatever way we can be that magic that we once looked for this time of year, I think reflects back onto us and we can rediscover the feeling that we once had as kids ourselves. Just taking the day to inject some Christmas magic into our home really invigorated my soul and boosted my sense of happiness for this time of year. Even though there are many house projects that were put aside for the day that my brain was still itching to continue on with, like the bathroom, the laundry, or my husband's office, this was a project that forced me to stop looking so far ahead into the future and focus on the now. We only get one Christmas a year, so I should stop and take the time to live in the present day, present month, and bask in it. Thank you so much for watching. Hopefully this has inspired you to decorate your space to help make your surroundings a little bit more cozy and magical. I'm still trying to figure out what style I want to create these videos in, so please be patient with me as I figure it all out, but I will be doing a video soon on our bathroom redesign and all the things that we did on a budget to make it more into a space that we enjoy, and even now go out of our way to use the toilet in there because we just really like being in that bathroom so much. So until then, thank you so much for being here. I hope you have an amazing day. Bye.
Of the 30's team, Executive Director of Family Events, Miss Taylor Jacobs.
What happened?
It's too heavy.
No.